Hey guys, what's going on? Today we'll be learning about list data type. If you haven't seen my previous tutorials on this series, I suggest you do so. So now a list is a data type in Python which can be written as a list of comma separated values between a square brackets or between square brackets rather. We talked about this in the previous tutorial. So now enough talking, let's go ahead and look at some examples. So let's create maybe a variable called I'm just gonna call my student, and in this variable I'm just gonna pass in maybe a list of some subjects. So I'm going to use a square bracket specifying that I'm trying to create a list, and I'm just gonna pass in physics. Just gonna pass in physics, and to add more on the list I'm just gonna use a comma to separate, and I'm gonna add chemistry, and I'm gonna add biology. So I've just created my list. So now just to print it out, to actually see, we're just gonna print out students. So if we are to run this, you can actually see that it did printed out student. So now if you let's just say we wanted to access some values in that list. Maybe okay, this list is something about maybe 100 of them, and we wanted to access uh, a value in that list. So we are just going to be using the square bracket. This is going to be coming after, it's just going to be coming after our print statements, in our print statement rather. I'm just going to be passing the square bracket, and let's just say I wanted to retrieve the 0th index. So I'm just going to put in 0, and if I run this, it's just going to print out physics, because physics is the first, and like I said, Python counts from 0 to 1, 2 and upward. So that's how Python counts. So if we want to maybe retrieve certain range of values in that list, then we are just going to be using the slicing operator, which is represented with a semicolon. So this, so now let's just say we wanted to retrieve maybe physics and chemistry in this list. So we're just going to be coming down here, and we're just going to be physics is 0th index, so we already have that, and I'm just going to be placing 2, and if I actually run this, it's just going to give me physics and chemistry. The reason for this, most of you just think, since this is the 0th, this is 1 and this is 2, and I'm specifying it to print 0 to 2. So that's this is we're actually telling Python that we want to start from the 0th index to the index before this second index. So from 0 to, but do not include the second index. So Python just only counted 0 and the first index. So so now to just print out the physics and the chemistry. So how do we actually delete an element from a list? We can do this by using the del statements. Maybe okay, for instance, I want to delete biology in the list, so I can just come down here and just do something like del, and in this day I'm just going to call this student. In this student I'm just going to pass in, okay, what do I want to delete? I'm just going to put in the second index. So if I'm to run this, okay, let me get this out, and if we are to run this, it's giving us just physics and chemistry, because we actually deleted the second index. So list also responds to the multiply and the addition operator. Multiply and addition operator is just this and this. So list also responds to this. Okay, for instance, let's just look at an example saying, okay, let me get rid of this, let me delete this, and just I'm just gonna pass in, okay, physics, chemistry and biology, and I'm just gonna be using the multiply operator, and I'm just gonna say, okay, I want to multiply this by 3, and if we actually run this, you can actually see that you didn't do what you actually had in mind, maybe 2 plus 2, 4, 2 times 2, 4, and so on. You just repeated it the number of times we asked it to, like physics, chemistry, biology, and physics, chemistry, biology. So this is called repetition, because it just repeats the list, the amounts of times we ask it to. So on the addition operator, we'll actually use the addition operator like this. Okay, if we want to, we just, okay, we already have that. I'm just gonna pass in this, and I'm just gonna say, okay, let me make something commerce, let me just say government. Yeah, we do offer those there. So, and if we actually run this, you see that it does concatenate them together, giving physics, chemistry, biology, commerce, and government. So it did not actually maybe add them mathematically, just concatenate them together. Now, lastly, how do we actually update a single or multiple elements in a list? So we can see something like, okay, let me get rid of this. Okay, you can see something like, this is our list, which is students. I'm just gonna, okay, print out, I'm just gonna print, sorry, I'm just gonna print out the students, and okay, let me just pass in maybe 1. We're gonna print out students 1, and I'm just gonna add, this is just for you to understand what I'm trying to do here. I'm just gonna add, okay, maybe 1, and I'm just gonna call this is just gonna be equal to, let me just say something commerce, and I'm gonna print out okay, let me print it out below this. So I'm just gonna print out the students, and I'm just gonna print out the maybe, if you actually run this, you can actually see that we did print it out the first index, which is chemistry, and then we updated the first index with commas, and we did print it out at the students, everything in the list, which is physics, commerce, and biology. And now to be sure, we did print it out the first index. So that's how you actually a single or maybe multiple elements in a list. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and like the video. And if you have any questions, just leave them on the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.